effing drunk were you, Jacob? How effing drunk were you that when Leah was presented to you and you made love to her, you had sex with this woman? I mean, presumably you're looking at her. You didn't notice? Laban brought together all of the people of the place and gave a feast, right? This is the marriage feast at the end of the 7 years. But when evening came, he took his daughter Leah and brought her unto Jacob, and Jacob made love to her. And Laban then gave Zilpah to his daughter as her attendant. When the morning came, there was Leah. So Jacob said to Laban, "What is this that you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me?" Okay, time out. I have some major problems with this part, okay? First of all, I'm aware I'm not really up on ancient Abrahamic traditions about what a wedding night might look like. But I'm going to assume that the bride is heavily veiled, okay? And at the end of the feast, they go to the bedchamber and her father is like giving her to Jacob, right? The father presents the bride to the husband, and then they have their wedding night and they consummate the marriage. How effing drunk were you, Jacob? How effing drunk were you that when Leah was presented to you and you made love to her, you had sex with this woman? I mean, presumably you're looking at her. You didn't notice? Like, were the women that similar? I don't think so, because it really kept saying that Rachel had a kick-ass body, right? Shapely. Ooh. Well-formed. Ooh. Probably got those childbearing hips, right? Jacob, are you effing kidding me that you didn't realize it was Leah? And then the next day you're like, "You deceived me." Oh, really, deceiver? Did you get deceived? And P.S., I call bullshit. I absolutely call bullshit on this, because Jacob was raised in the tents, right? He's raised with overhearing conversations, like he's in the city, if you will. Right? Within and amongst the people, he's going to be hearing things. He might even have heard, "Oh, poor Laban, that daughter of his got some wonky eyes. It's going to be hard to marry her off." He might have heard that. But I'm betting, even if he didn't know that, I am willing to bet that it's not such a stray from the Abrahamic tradition what Laban was doing. Wanting to marry off the older daughter first, as that, like, this is a tradition. So I don't think when they were negotiating his wages and he's like, "Hey, Jacob, what do you want?" And Jacob's like, "Well, I want Rachel." I think in that exact moment, Laban's like, "Whew, I bet I can arrange a 2-for-1 situation. I've just been alleviated the problem of trying to marry Leah off." Now, it doesn't say that in here, but I want you to think about what it would have been like back then if that is your family tradition and you need to marry off the eldest daughter first, and she's got some sort of something going on, obviously with her eyes. Obviously, she's not as desired as her younger sister. There's going to be a challenge selling her off, right? So I bet when Jacob said, "I'll work for Rachel," Laban was like, "Perfect. I'm going to throw in Leah in there too." Because listen to what happens when Jacob confronts him and he's like, "What have you done? You've deceived me." And I'm betting, this is what I'm saying, I call bullshit here, is I'm willing to bet that Jacob is 100% aware of the fact that the eldest daughter needed to be married off first. And I think what he thought here was, as he thought his whole life, the rules do not apply to him. Tradition does not apply to him. He's the second born. He weasels his way into being the firstborn. He's not going to get the blessing from his dad. He weasels his way into getting the blessing from his dad. Okay, help from his mom there too. But he was in on it, 100% complicit, just needed to make sure he wasn't going to get caught, right? And then when he did get caught, He just left. And he's just hoping that his brother's going to get over it, right? So here he goes. He's gotten away with some BS, and he's gone to Laban, and he can't believe that he got saddled with Leah. But then here's the other point here. Laban can't piss Jacob off too much. He needs him, right? His flocks, he's already noticed that his flock of goats and sheep have increased since Jacob has come to work for him. His wealth, his status, his family has been elevated because Jacob has come and worked, and all these things have happened because of this. So Laban's like, I think Jacob is blessed by his God, and we should probably keep him around. And we can't piss him off. He's really mad that I did the old switcheroo with Leah. So you know what? He says immediately to Jacob, he's like, well, I don't know why you're so mad, because like, you know, our family traditions, I have to marry the eldest before the youngest. But I'll tell you what, because I know like you're a little bit mad about this whole situation. I guess like you just weren't paying attention when you were living in the city and like learning about people. You finish your marriage week with Leah, right? So I need you to go back to her, and you just keep having sex with her this entire week because, you know, you got to procreate. You finish your marriage week with Leah, and when you guys come back from your honeymoon, I'll give you Rachel, but you got to work another 7 years for her, because the first 7 years was for one bride. You're going to have two brides. You need to make another 7 years. And Jacob agrees because he really loves Rachel. This is how he's going to legitimately marry her. And he's probably thinking, as a guy, well, whatever. I mean, now I got two wives. I can bang two chicks whenever I want. And I know that sounds crude. I'm aware that was like probably jarring for some of you. But please, these are men that we're talking about. And let's not forget that, because they won't let us.